everybody. I'm Doris WithaD with SoFloDining magazine, and today I am in Fort Lauderdale, and I have got the pleasure to present to you Big Mike of Big Mike's Healthy Choices here on 17th Street, and he is at the chef's table today with Chef Dan. How long have you been in business? How long have you been here?
First of all, it's an honor to be here with you guys, to have you all come in, spend time with us, getting the word out about who we are. Yes. I've been in this Fort Lauderdale location for a year. It'll be a year November 1st. And it's an amazing, amazing opportunity to come here and spread the love and healthy choices here in Fort Lauderdale. But I've been in business since 2008. I've been in Parkland, Coral Springs, and the Boca area from 2010 on up until last year, and then I was here at the different farmers markets, the Parkland Farmers Market, the Green Dory Farmers Market, for 2 years prior to, trying to adjust and see the welcoming and how people would take what we're doing here.
Well, I see it's busy. I can tell you that. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So you don't have any locations anywhere else right now?
This one is a handful for us. This one here, during the season, we'll do 400 or 500 meals a day. We get very, very, very busy during the daytime. Very busy. Everything is made from scratch, so it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, and we're busy. We want to make sure that we can serve it.
And to perfect it.
Right. We want to make sure that everyone is serviced right and everything is done correctly.
I mean, a lot of people, they get a good idea. Like I said, this place is packed.
Right.
And you showed me the waiting list last
Right.
time we were here.
Oh, yeah.
And some people get a big head and they start opening places.
No.
And they dilute it. And I know that this place is not like that.
Not at all.
I know that you are.
Not at all. People ask me every time, why don't you open back in D.C. where I'm from? Why don't you come to Charlotte, North Carolina? Why don't you come to Iowa? I'm here in Fort Lauderdale. I am here in Fort Lauderdale.
You're
and
one
it's
person.
amazing. That's right.
You're one person.
And we want to make sure that customers continue to get the personal touch. We come out and meet and greet every customer that comes in the door. We want to know how you're doing.
I want to make sure people know that, because I know Theo, the vegan homeboy, told me about how you stop and say, you check with everybody, and I'm like, come on. Last time we were here, I saw it, and this time I saw it. He actually comes and we check, and if I don't like what I got, tell him what you do.
So I'm always looking for a way. A lot of people say, I apologize. I apologize also, but at the same time, you tell me what you do like. And I will go back in the kitchen and personally make it from scratch for you. You tell me what you don't like about it or something that is not on the menu. We are very creative here. We are always willing to adjust and find something. There's no such thing as telling a customer no. We just can't do it. I'm the only one that can do that. And I don't do it. I've never done it in 16 years.
Exactly.
So here we are. You tell me what you like, I'll create it for you.
You're the master of let me make it better.
I always believe in that. I always believe in that.
Seriously.
I've been through all those, when I was in the corporate world, I've been through all those classes.
Right.
And none of them do what you do.
It's me. It's who we are.
When Theo told me about it, I was like, come on. And I saw it firsthand, and then you told me the story.
Right.
But it was one customer didn't like something particular, and the other customer saw what you made, and you were like...
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. So my staff, when I go through this and I tell a customer, they say, boss, it's not on the menu. Forget the menu right now.
Yes.
What this customer is looking for is not on the menu, but they know what they like. So if they can tell me what they like, we are going to make it. And they love it. They come back for that reason.
Exactly.
Come back for that reason.
So, healthy choices.
Yes.
Where did that concept come from?
So I have celiac. Members of my family have celiac and gluten allergies. My sister had a colostomy bag from the time she was 12 years old. She suffered from Crohn's disease, and she passed at 54. So I decided I wanted to change my life and contribute to other folks and try to find ways to make meals and baked goods for people who wanted to live that healthy life. Whether you had celiac or whether you had Crohn's or you didn't have any at all. You just want to change your life and you want to eat healthy and become healthy. So here we are. Everything is made with no preservatives. It's made from scratch. Our baked goods and waffles are organic. All of our juices and coffees, our coffees are organic. Everything we do here, we want to present a full gluten-free and vegan healthy choice menu. We are a certified 100% gluten-free facility with no chance ever of cross-contamination, and we make everything from scratch as well as our vegan options. And probably 80% of our menu is vegan as well.
No, and you said the preservatives, because she doesn't know this. Last night we went to dinner with her son and daughter-in-law.
Right.
And his daughter-in-law had a conversation about how so many people are getting inflammation and this and that.
Yes.
And it's the food that we're eating. So again, you don't have to have a disease or a sickness to want good food.
And I tell people, half of my customers don't have celiac. They don't have gluten allergy, don't have sensitivity. They just want to come somewhere where they can eat a healthy meal with no preservatives, and it makes a difference in their life. They say from the first bite that they take, they're like, wow, this is a wow factor. You can tell that it's organic, you can tell that it's made from scratch, and they love it, and they come back. They come back.
We had a cantaloupe this week.
Oh my goodness.
We bought a cantaloupe this week.
Right.
It was oblong. And I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
It was organic. So you cut it up. First of all, it was the biggest cantaloupe I ever saw.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was a golden melon.
Right.
Overgrown.
Right,
It
of course.
wasn't.
It was delicious, number one, juicy, number two, and not overly sweet.
Right.
You know, like when they modify these things, it's for sweetness.
And right, of course.
You know? And we love it. I mean, I'm like,
This
I need
thing
to go
was
back and get another
so
one.
dense.
Was it?
We've been eating from it, and it was only this big.
Right.
But it was like
And
a
we're
football.
eating
Right,
from
it
it
looked like a
all
football.
week. And we're just like eating as much as we want because you can't get filled.
You can't, right.
You
That's
know?
right.
It was
And
just
if you do get
amazing.
filled, you don't have that full, you don't feel like you are. You don't feel stuffed. You don't feel congested.
Yeah,
It's easy.
that nasty feeling. You feel like guilty that
Right.
you
Oh,
ate too
man,
much.
I ate too
you don't
much.
get that.
Right. Not at all.
No, I love that.
Not at all.
I was going to ask you, how did you happen into the health of the hospitality industry? I know that you touched on it by your celiac and all that, but there had to be a moment when you said to yourself, I'm going to take this to the street, to the world, I'm going to take this out to everybody. When was that moment for you?
That moment was when, it was before, but it became something that I'm 100% committed to after the loss of my sister. At that point in time, her sons were 5-star All-Americans in college, playing basketball and playing sports, professional sports, later went on to an NBA career. She didn't want to eat what the food that they were eating. She didn't want to eat anything different. She wanted to make them feel like, hey, this is normal. She didn't want them to eat different meals. So I watched her as she, it took control of her life. And I said, I have to do something to help. I have it, she has it, her sons, who all play professional sports, have it, and I had to do something different. So at that time, I committed my life 100% to make sure that I could provide something that everyone could eat. Gluten-free, not gluten-free, vegan, not vegan, that everyone could enjoy. From my baked goods, my cakes, to my pies, holiday treats, everything that we do here is so that everyone can come and enjoy it. And 90% of our customers say we can't even tell the difference. You sure this is gluten-free? You sure those baked goods are gluten-free?
Yeah, and they don't.
Of course they are.
No difference. They don't get it.
They don't get it.
They're expecting. I don't know what they're
Something different.
When I was in the healthcare business in the kitchen, what kills me is we would get residents in that had diagnosed with celiac.
Right.
Or need to eat gluten-free.
Right.
And what kills me is the medical field doesn't tell them anything.
At all.
They just tell them you can't have gluten.
Right.
Figure it out.
Right.
And that's why you're a godsend.
Well,
I mean, this is like, for her son, he recently was diagnosed with a blood disorder that he has to be gluten-free. Same thing. What's gluten-free?
Well,
figure it out.
When I went to my doctor, because I was sick most of my life, when I went to my doctor and I sat down with him, and I was really sick. I didn't eat for like 2 weeks. I had lost weight. My skin was yellow. When he first saw me, he said, I'm calling the ambulance. We're going to take you to the hospital. I said, why? He says, if you looked at yourself, he says, your eyes are yellow. You look like you have jaundice. He said, you look like you have jaundice. He said, you're really sick. So as they ran the test, he said, Mike, you have severe celiac, and it's severe. They said, you're months away from a colostomy bag. I saw my sister as a child from 12 years old on with a colostomy bag, and all I could envision was me going through what she went through. So at home, I went home emotional. I went home upset. I was angry. I walked into my kitchen and I ripped everything out of my kitchen and put it in bags, green trash bags. I donated foods to the church and foods to the community projects. And I went out and bought new pots and pans. And I was really emotional. I sat in my kitchen and I started figuring out things. And the lights came on. I said, okay, if this is a regular recipe, all I have to do is get the correct flour blend. So I tried many different flour blends, and it took me 2.5 years. I created my own Big Mike's proprietary flour blend, which I will put on the market soon. So I have a flour blend that consists of 5 different flours. You can't tell the difference whether it's gluten-free or not.
Do you feel that was divine inspiration?
It was. It was. It made the difference in my life. It made the difference in my life, and it makes a difference in other people's lives. You know, I spent time in that hospital, and I lay there, and I just watched, and I said, you know, why am I here? What did I do to deserve this? And out of the turning the lemon into lemonade, this all came about where I started hearing voices, and it's crazy to sound. I started hearing voices. My sister, who's a pastor, called me up, and I said, I don't understand why I'm here. Why? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? She said, God's got a plan for you. So I started dreaming of recipes. I would grab my phone, I'm laying in bed, and I'm working with recipes in the middle of the night, and I said, this is crazy. I'm an ex-athlete. I own a car dealership in Harley Davidson store. Why am I thinking of recipes? And it became a part of my life to this time. Here we are 18 years later. I still wake up at 2 and 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Now, last time we were here, you showed me your recipe. How many recipes approximately do you have?
I have 3,727 recipes in my phone. My staff the other day, I bought 4 of my books in, and she said, oh my gosh. I said, I have a book for meals. I have a book for gluten-free, vegan. I have a book for pastries. I have a book for keto. I have books that I am constantly making, and I will write. I will make a book. I will publish it.
Please,
so
please
it's just, and these are myself. I made these from scratch, and I just couldn't understand.
And to show you're not kidding, before the video, you showed me in there. How many did you add yesterday?
Yeah.
Just yesterday.
So yesterday. Let's look at the notes here. Let's find yesterday.
We spoke around noon yesterday.
Okay, so here we go. Yesterday, I added 1, 2, 3. Let's find here. I added 1, 2, 3, 4. I added 4 yesterday.
It looks like 5 from where I'm sitting.
So this is active.
At the bottom, yes. Okay, I added 5 yesterday.
Now, how did the kitchen respond to you? With your
They tease me all the time because, again, I don't believe in saying no. If you tell me you want something, or if you want a butternut squash, which is all made from scratch, we fire roast our butternut squash. We make our seasonings. We make our sauces. We put everything together, coconut milk. And they're like, okay, boss, what are you doing today? What are you doing different? And I say, come here. I pull out my phone and I say, okay, here we are. We have gluten-free, dairy-free, lemon pepper, mushroom chicken that we're doing. We have just so many different recipes, and before in the beginning they would get upset. Now they don't, because they expect
They get it now.
and they understand. They expect it.
As a chef,
Right.
I would love working with you because you get bored making the same
The
stuff.
same thing over and over.
So your menu must change.
Constantly changing. It's always changing. A friend calls me up and they said, Mike, so what are you making today? I said, every day you ask me the same question. What am I making it? I said, the season's about to start, and I have practiced for the last 4 months. When I open up that dinner menu, it's going to be shocked. Because people, what we're doing here, people aren't used to seeing. You know, we're going to have vegan and chicken parm. We have everything vegan. When we say chicken parm, there's going to be a mushroom chicken parm that we have here. Mm-hmm. We have Southern Italian lasagna, candied yams, mac and cheese. We have things that are different from what the average vegan sits there.
Yeah, than the average.
We don't have fried foods here. We don't fry mushrooms. I have air fryers, so there's no grease. It's completely different. We are a healthy choice, gluten-free and vegan restaurant.
From get-go,
From
all
scratch,
the way.
all the way
like
through.
it says, your healthy choices just happen to be vegan, gluten-free.
And it is. You know, I remember traveling around, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to name it. Everyone knows of Big Mike's gluten-free, and they associate it as a bakery. Because I started out 16 years ago, 18 years, just as a bakery. And then I wanted to add juices and smoothies. Then I wanted to add coffee and acai bowls. So it grew, and I had an opportunity in Parkland, Boca. I served meals. I had grilled cheese sandwiches. I had every type of meal, lasagna, chicken parm, and it was highly successful up there. So I said I wanted to bring this down to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And people come from Parkland, people come from Boca. I have a guy that comes in here 5 days out of the week.
Wow.
He flies on a private jet, and he comes here and he orders the same meal. He sits at the same table. He orders the same meal. He orders an omelet. Every day he flies from Europe. He flies from Italy. He flies from Spain. He flies from France. He comes in here. He eats. and then he relaxes, and he goes back to the airport, gets on his private jet, and he flies away. And I tease him all the time. I said, buddy, at what point will you move here? He said, well, I have a residence here, and I have a residence there, and I have a residence here. He said, but this is the healthiest that I can get, and I love the customer service. I love the quality of what you do. I love the staff. So he flies in. He's like family. He's like family to us. No one is a stranger here.
I love it.
No one's a stranger.
I'm going to sidetrack. This is different from most of our interviews.
Okay.
This is very important.
Okay.
Being that you have the healthy choices, and some of them are medically necessary.
Right.
This location is very important.
Yes.
Because you're at the hub of the cruise ships. You're across the street from the convention center.
Correct.
You're right by the airport.
7 minutes from the airport.
So again, this location, you are right across from the convention center.
Correct.
So all these hotels that are local here,
right,
look up Big Mike's Healthy Choices. It's very important because a lot of people go on these cruises, hundreds of thousands a month.
They come in. We have some of the biggest cruises, so Aces and all of them come here, and the Disney, and they all come here. And there are folks, when they look for healthy choices, Big Mike's pops up. We're number 1 in the state, number 8 out of the top 100 in the United States and Canada. People know we're here, and they come for that reason. Because I ask every customer, where you're from, how did you find us? And they're like, Mike, we were in Canada. We're coming to the U.S. We Google you, you pop up. Big Mike's Healthy Choices, Big Mike's gluten-free. And they're repeat customers. They come back constantly.
And you have plenty of parking, and you have your own parking in the
I have 26 parking spaces underground and in the parking lot. 26 parking spaces, so you don't have to search for a place to park. You just pull into the garage, take a ticket, bring it in, and we scan your ticket and pay for your parking for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's a story that you told me when we were talking, and it was about a child, not from this country, who had his first donut.
Oh my
I saw the video.
That touched my heart.
I'm gonna put a link to the video because I saw that.
It was the most touching thing ever. This kid was 7 years old, had never had a donut, and when he first came in the door, he came in and he walked up to the donut and he was sad. He was sad. I said, what's wrong? He said, I've never had a donut before. I said, why is that? And his parents said, well, he has celiac. He has severe celiac. I said, well, so do I. I said, so what are his allergies? And also, she said, he just has severe celiac. He's always wanted a donut and he's never been able to have one. I said, we're here at Uncle Big Mike, and all the kids call me Uncle Big Mike. I said, I have a donut that you can eat. And so he was sitting out table 6 outside, and he went out there and he sat down. They warmed the donut for him, and he sat there and he just looked at the donut. And he looked at it in the plate and he stared there and he looked at it. And I said, taste it. And he just looked at me and he took his spoon and he put a little bit in his mouth.
And he was waiting.
And he was holding on, he was licking his lips, he was tasting it. And his mother said he wants to make sure he doesn't get sick. I said, well, I have the same reaction. Cross-contamination and anything that has gluten in it, within 5 minutes I'm passing out. And he held it in his mouth and he smiled. So he ate the whole donut and tears ran out of his eyes. And as I watched this kid's facial expressions, I realized why I do what I do. It's not for the money. It's for the passion and the love, because it makes a difference in people's lives. So we ate that donut, we took the video, we took pictures. So 2 days later, I'm sitting in the back here where we are now, but over the other seat. And I saw him come up, and he came in the door and he looked around and he saw me and he got a running start. And he dove 5 feet from me into my arms and knocked me back, and he held on to me. I had tears running down my face. And I get this so often. Today I had the same thing. Kid had never had a donut before. And I get that. So this is clearly why I do what I do.
Money can't buy that.
Money can't buy it. Money can't buy it. In a car business, you're never happy. The customers are never happy. They think they can get a better deal. The Harley Davidson business is the same way. But one thing about it here, when a customer gets a meal that they like, they will always love it. They'll enjoy it. And they will tell everybody. They will tell everybody. And they get emotional, from adults to kids. I mean, my staff, when I first came in there, like, are you okay? Every time I see you got tears running out of your eyes. I said, because this is priceless to me.
So you're doing a good thing.
This is priceless to me. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. We make a difference in people's lives, one bite at a time. If you look on my logo, it says changing lives one bite at a time. And that's what we do. Change lives one bite at a time. And people come in. People come in.
I saw the list. Now, one question. What is the most popular dish here?
That's a trick question. Popular list. I have over 80 items on my list that are gluten-free and vegan. That's like saying, which is your most popular kid? I have 5 of them. They're all popular for a different reason. I don't have one particular popular item on my list. I have everything there because people come in and once they try one, they want to try the next, and they want to try the next, and they want to try the next. So they might try the quinoa bowl, they might try an omelet, they might try a waffle, they might want to try the grilled cheese. And everyone loves what they have here. So me, myself, I'm a creature of habit. When I go places, which I only eat at 2 other places, my house, here, and another place, because I have severe celiac and I don't trust. But I'm a creature of habit. When I find something that works for me, I stay with it. These folks don't. They come here and they're willing to try everything. And that's what it is. It's all about trust.
Yes.
If they're not restricted, of course, they're going to try everything.
It's all about trust. It's all about trust. And they trust who we are, what we stand for. And again, they feel comfortable. They feel at home when they come in. They feel at home when they come in. We've had probably today, we've done maybe close to 125 meals. And out of that, these are be-backs. These are folks that have gone out on the cruise and they've come back. They're on a cruise where they're coming back in. They've traveled from DC, Maryland, Virginia, New York, Iowa, wherever. And they come back, their first stop. They stay here at the hotel, so they're right next to Big Mike's. So we make a difference. We make a difference.
So another question I always ask, but I won't because I know the answer. Is there something you wish they would try and you know they would like? And I know the answer is going to be everything's fresh, organic,
and that's it.
And come here and try anything.
So everyone asks me in the morning, so what's your favorite dish? Again, goes back to what's your favorite child. I love them all in different ways, but I love them all. Everything on my menu is my favorite because it's not one of my top sellers. I move it off and I bring something else in. That's why I'm always creating recipes because I want to replace things. I want to give people other options.
So basically come here and try anything.
Try anything in there.
Like it.
And again, if you're not happy with it, I'll replace it and I'll make you something else.
Yep.
If there's certain spices you like, my barbecue jerk sauce there and my flavorful sauce is absolutely amazing.
I want to talk about your sauces.
Okay.
Theo keeps bragging about them. Tell me about these sauces.
Made from scratch. You know, it's made from scratch. I'm going to start with my barbecue jerk because I've had that one the longest, the one in the middle here. I grind my own spices, all my Caribbean spices. I make everything from scratch.
That's really scratch.
It's a common. Oh yeah, we make it. My neighbors can tell when I'm grinding because I have 30 pounds, 40 pounds of seasoning that I grind up, and you can smell it a block away. Especially when you're dealing with Jamaican and Caribbean spices, you can smell them. I mean,
especially since they're organic.
Right, and the same thing with the flavorful. We call it hot sauce, but people have a misconception of hot sauce. A lot of people say, I don't like hot sauce. I say, well, it's not really hot, it's flavorful. Try it. And they're like, oh my gosh, I sell it by the bottle. I think yesterday we sold 9 bottles. Today we sold 4 or 5 already.
Wow.
Because it's flavorful and it's good. It's organic. It's from scratch. Again, people love the from scratch items here. You can take those sauces. When I make my tofu scrambles and my tofu, I marinate those. I marinate it in I marinate it with my spices here. And it has that taste to it, and people absolutely love it. I tell you, the difference between a chef and a cook is a chef controls the kitchen, and he also understands how to spice food. He understands how to make the food flavorful. And that's what we do here.
Right.
That's what we do here.
I love that.
Yes.
I love spices. And I use spices, like you say, to enhance the food.
Right.
Not to mask it.
Right, not at all.
And not to do anything other than to really enhance it and bring it out.
You said scratch. I mean, a lot of people say scratch. They think of grab the bottle of this, the bottle of that. No, you're grinding it. You're getting it.
Now we're talking off the tree.
You're grinding it.
So I have to laugh for a second because I hired a chef who worked at a 5-star restaurant. So we were talking about the menu. We were talking about the menu, and I said, so what's your experience with chicken parm? He said, you make it from scratch? He said, yes. I said, so tell me your procedure. He said, I take it out of the refrigerator, out of the freezer, I thaw it out, and I put this tomato sauce on it, and I put the cheese, and that's it. I said, so that's what scratch is to you? He said, yeah. I said, how do you make your chicken parm? He said the same thing. I take it out of the refrigerator. I put cheese and sauce on it, the same as a lasagna. How do you do yours? So I told my prep person, I said, do me a favor, go back and get me a chicken cutlet. Let me cut it, let me pound it, let me get the egg wash, let me get the breadcrumbs. And I showed him, he says, you do all of that? I said, that's the only, right, season right. I said, that's the only way I know how to do it. He says, you go through that. That's what you call cooking from scratch.
That's a chef.
I says, you're at a 5-star restaurant and you take it out of the freezer and you thaw it out and do it. I said, that's not how we do it. So I made it for him. And then I went and made my lasagna, the same thing for him. I said, I make my tomato sauce from scratch. That's the way they did in Palermo. That's the way my family did. I made it from scratch. And I grew up making it from scratch. So this other, taking it out of the freezer, that's different from me. That's not from scratch.
No, that's a cook.
Right, that's a cook. Right, that's a line cook.
Yeah, I mean,
what I would say is, I would say a chef, you could take me and put me in front of one of those refrigerators
right.
with the steel door on it. I can't see what's in there.
Right.
You can open up and say, make me something.
Right.
I'll make you something really good. You could say breakfast, lunch, or dinner,
right.
and I'll make it.
I'll walk in and grab this, this, and that. I'll set it down in front of me.
A cook needs that guy. I'm not knocking cooks.
Right.
No. But a cook needs that guy.
Right.
You know, and a good cook will replicate that.
Right.
Over and over till the end of time, where bad cooks like to tweak it or make it their way.
Right.
And that's, no, don't go there. Don't go there.
One of the things I tell my staff is, which is real important to me, things are that important to me need to be important to you.
Yes.
Things that are important to me need to be important to you. I said, because I want to make sure the serving size is correct. You measure it out. I want to make sure when you're making those breakfast sandwiches, everything is done the way it's supposed to be. I want, just like you go back and you look at one of the reasons some of these fast food chains have been successful, because they have a system. They put the burger, they put the sauce, they put the tomato, they put the lettuce, they put the burger, they put the cheese, and they put the second bun on it. It's not healthy, but you know, there's consistency there. I need every plate to look the same. When that plate hits up on the heater, I need that plate to hit the same.
You know, notice I was watching some of them earlier.
Right.
It's nice.
They understand that again. And I start off my mornings with what's important to me needs to be important to you.
Right.
So you understand, these are my expectations. This is how it needs to be done. That's it. Customers,
it's a representation of you.
And that's what I told them. People aren't going to say Chef Don or whoever, Cook Don messed up. He said, I went to Big Mike's and didn't have the great experience.
yeah.
So that's it. The customer ordered the eggs Benedict and it did the holiday sauce. He didn't have the scallions, tomatoes on the top of the holiday sauce, and the Old Bay. So the customer says, man, this is great, but it looked different from yesterday.
Ooh.
So I said, do me a favor, give that back to me.
Yep.
Give it back to me. I said, guys, replace it, and let's do it again the right way.
Yeah.
And they said, what are we missing? I said, you're missing the scallions, you're missing the tomato, and you're missing the Old Bay. Let's get it right. And the guy was like, Mike, I didn't want you to do that. I said, but again, consistency is important to me. And the only way they're going to learn in my kitchen is to have consistency.
And by doing it,
right?
consistently,
And
the same way.
It's the same concept like when we do our reviews.
Right.
When we go into restaurants, first of all, we don't tell you we're here.
Right.
You don't know us, period. We order our food, we do our review, we take our pictures.
Right.
Right away, when they see it, oh, we'll give you new pictures.
No.
I don't want new pictures.
You should have given me that picture the first time.
The way it is the way the customer gets it. That's
Right.
how I want to present it. Because if you present it a certain way, you can doll it up, make it real pretty, double up the portion, take a picture of it.
Right.
When that person comes in here, no matter how good it is, it's not what they saw.
Right.
Right.
And that hurts you. They don't understand that. Places like to doll things up for advertising. You can't do that.
It needs to be dialed up every time you put it on the plate.
And I seen it.
Put it on the plate. Every time it goes out to a customer, I want to know.
Yeah.
I make sure my soups that I make, they taste it in the morning to make sure I taste it and they say, hey, I need to add this, or that to it. I need to add paprika to it. I need to add whatever it is. My butternut squash, carrot, ginger, my tomato this. I want to make sure my vegan chili, I want to make sure it's right. And I taste it. I said, did you taste that this morning? They're like, no. I said, so what are you waiting on? Taste it. Let's make sure it's right.
I hate
Let's get it on.
that
Right.
doesn't taste what
Taste
they put
it.
out.
You have to taste
How do
it.
you know it's right?
Well, I put this in it, but again, I asked you, did you taste it? Go back and taste it, and let's get it right. Taste it.
Yeah.
Taste it. And I tasted it. I said, tell me what's missing. Tell me what's missing. And you don't know, do you? Because you didn't really taste it. So they've learned my way. They've learned my way.
You have to taste it because, like we said, hot sauce.
Right.
Hot sauce, There's 1,000 hot sauces.
There's 1,000 of them out there.
And one of them will make you cry.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll burn you up.
Yeah.
It'll burn you
So
up.
you have to try. If you said put 1 tablespoon of hot sauce in the chili,
Right.
if I put some of that volcanic stuff in there,
Right. Oh yeah, you're not going to be able to eat it.
right,
You're not going to be able to eat it.
Yeah, you
Or
have to
enjoy it.
taste it. You have to taste it. But you have to taste it.
Right.
And I agree with both of you when I say about the spices. I hate
yeah.
when people overly spice something. You know, like when you get the chicken.
Right.
You want to taste that chicken.
You want to
wanna
taste the flavor
You don't want to taste a mouthful of tomato.
at all.
Then I would just order tomato.
At all.
Or hot sauce, the wings. I love when people get the wings and they want them extra hot.
Right.
Well, then here's some cardboard. Save some money.
Right.
Here's a bottle of hot sauce.
Knock yourself out on it.
You're not tasting the chicken.
Right. A lot of people ask me those questions. Is it hot? Is it really hot? I said no. It's flavorful. It's flavorful. It's not hot. It's not. You're not going to go.
Yeah,
It's not hot.
That's like what's the one I like? Wasabi.
Right.
I love wasabi. You put it in your mouth. Ooh, it's hot. And then it goes away.
Right.
And that's the problem.
Yep.
Hot sauce, you're supposed to get that little kick.
Right.
Then it goes away. You don't want to be sitting there a half hour later going,
I want some put peanuts
Right.
with the wasabi on them.
Oh yeah.
For that reason, because I just love that taste.
Oh, yeah.
It's really nice, and I love the peanuts. It's good for me.
It's good for you.
So it's like, and you know what? The inflammation goes away after I have
I
it.
love the wasabi. I love the wasabi. I've traveled all over the United States and abroad chefing. So I love the different culture and the different spices. Now I've tried some hot sauce that you put a pinch on it and it burns your mouth and you're running around here trying to figure it out. So I don't want that kind of hot sauce. I want something that when I eat it, I taste the flavor, I taste the ingredients in it.
try, you taste your food.
Right, and you want to know there's
Not
there.
the hot sauce.
Yes.
I
Yes.
want the enhanced food.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
absolutely. So,
Dinners. Now, you told us a while ago you might be going into dinners.
We are going to go into dinners.
Okay.
Right now we're waiting for the season to pick up a little bit. I want to do a dinner day, a special day for the local law enforcement, fire fighters, all the locals to come in.
Keep
And
us
I'm going to
abreast and we'll
present,
put it out there.
most definitely, I'm going to
Yes.
present a full meal and it'll be a lower price. I want everyone to come in and see what we're doing. And we're going to grow that business. I definitely want to have you guys here. We'll be right on top of it.
you know,
We're
I'm going to
excited.
bring my son.
Bring
He's
him
a
in.
firefighter.
Bring him in.
And I'm sure he would love
So
that.
bring them in. All
Yeah.
the locals, we want them to come in and
Awesome.
experience and see where we are. See where we are. We'll have probably 8 to 10 items on the menu that first day. And then as we move further into opening up, we'll go from there and we'll expand the menu.
And that's good. I mean, 8 to 10 is good. When you see, and I'm not knocking any fast food or chains. I hate chains. But
Right.
anyway, there's some chains you go to and they hand you a Bible.
Right.
And for like the old school values. And I always wonder, I look at a certain dish and I wonder, how many of those have they sold this week?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like I'll say like a certain chicken, well, chicken thighs common. Say for instance a certain part of chicken, and they're gonna have it. I'm like, how many of them do they sell?
Right.
So either that's in the freezer, or it's sitting there old.
It's sitting cold.
Yeah. So and tofu, remember tofu? I'll eat tofu in places where I know it moves. Like if
Right.
you had tofu here, I have it. Certain Chinese restaurants I'll have it. They know it moves.
Right.
But I don't know if you've ever eaten tofu. But if you ever had
Eat tofu, that's one of my top sellers.
okay, so have you ever
My
been
tofu
anywhere-
scramble.
Okay, so
if
you
I
ever been
do.
anywhere where they don't move tofu and have old tofu?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I need. So there's places you go. So somewhere here, I would definitely have tofu here.
Right.
I've
But when
had
I- but
tofu,
when
I
I-
didn't know if it was chicken.
We had
I
it-
didn't know what it was
we had it
because
at
it
a Thai
tasted
place.
like the meal that it was supposed to be. It was
And that's
supposed to be
what it's
chicken.
So
Right.
when these
Like,
places have
that
these
was tofu.
Bibles
No, it
of
wasn't.
menus, I wonder, like, how good is that food? You know, so 10, that's perfect.
I go back in every quarter and I run the numbers to see what's selling and what's not selling. Now there's a close margin between all of them. So I look at the top, whatever, and I take those and the ones from the bottom, I discontinue them for a while and I add new ones to it. I always want to work on refreshing my menu and adding to my menu. Always. And the baked goods, incredible. All of
Once
my
you get your
baked goods.
books, once you get your books, you're gonna be selling your books here.
Oh yeah, people ask me all the time. I had a lady yesterday ask me, I live in Iowa. I'm no competition for you. Can I have the menu for your tofu scramble? Can I have a menu on that? Can I have the recipe for your potatoes?
Right.
you're in Iowa. I'm not worried about it. If you're next door, I'm not worried about it because again, it's not about this all about the seasoning. It's about the process of making them.
Right.
It's about the process of making them. People want to call. They called me at home and said, Mike, what are the ingredients? What oils you use? What are the ingredients that you have? What's the flour blend? What's in the flour blend? I said, do me a favor, put the customer on the phone. And this was 4 o'clock. I was home. Put him on the phone. And I asked him. He said, well, I'm allergic to this oil. I'm allergic to that oil. I'm allergic to this. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't have this. I can't have that. I said, so you do a lot of cooking at home, right? He said, yes. He said, but I keep hearing about your place and I see it on social media. So I came here to try it. He said, so you don't use that? No, I don't use that. This is what I use. These are the oils I use. And I said, this is it. He said, my graces, I'll be here every day. They were here this morning at 7:30. They waited for us to open up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because again,
That's
healthy choices.
That's making a difference.
Healthy choices. Big Mike's healthy choices is what we are. And that's how we're going to carry it. It's great.
And they're healthy choices from the heart.
And it is. Baked with love.
You cannot recreate that at home.
You can. And people say, Mike,
try.
why don't you open in different states? Because in different states, you won't get the Big Mike effect.
Right.
You won't get me touching every customer. You won't get the personality. The food will be consistent, but the personality, people come here, and I hate to call it a Big Mike show. They come here because of the warmthness that my staff and my employees and my cooks and my chefs, we sing happy birthday to customers. We had 2 this morning here, birthdays today. My staff comes out, and we sing happy birthday. And the customers love it.
But that's like I always say, and she hears this all the time, there's 2 people that go into restaurant business.
Right.
The delusional ones that think they're going to make $1 million,
right?
Like in the first year, and the people that just want a good living,
right?
And just want to do what they love, and like you love helping people,
and sharing
you make a good living.
That's what it's all about.
And that's the difference. And as time goes by, they go like this. You know, one goes up, one goes down, and you know the one that goes up is the one that's doing it from the heart.
And that's what it's all about.
That's here for the money. They're a dime a dozen. They might look pretty. They might put on the shows and all that stuff. They don't last. You know, it's the ones that do it from the heart.
This is a family store. We have kids. We have the elderly. We have families. We have athletes. We have professional ball players. They all come here. They come here because it's Big Mike's Healthy Choices.
And that's what from all over the world.
All over the world. The cruise ships. The airport's 7 minutes away. The cruise ship's 3 minutes away across the street. They fly in here, and while they're here, they come here to hang out, to eat a good meal. They come here. If they're here for 5 days, they come here 5 days a week.
They feel good when they eat your food. That's why.
They try to get that menu. I mean, they try to get that recipe sent over to them.
And the reason is they feel good when they eat your food. They feel good. They feel good for the rest of the day.
I love it.
How could they not want to come back?
They come back.
Not to get personal, but I did have a stroke when I was in my early 40s. And like you, I had the aha moment.
Right.
I mean, right now I'm 200 pounds.
Right.
At that time I was 265.
Okay.
So I had that aha.
Oh yeah. It'll change your life. It'll make you sit down. Oh yeah.
Aha was because they told me. What was it? At that age, they told me you have a 50% chance that you would have died. And if you lived, there was a 50% chance that you'd be in a wheelchair.
Right.
And I got neither of those.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did, soda, gone.
Got rid of it.
Fast food, gone. She can tell you now, I'm on my 13th year since the stroke.
Right.
I can count about 6 times that I've had fast food.
Right.
Since then. And it's out of necessity. I'm somewhere, I gotta eat. What do they got? Now some of the fast food chains have veggie burgers, so I'll do that. But there's been times where I've had the burger, and I don't call it a burger, it's basically a soy patty.
Right. Right.
But you know what I mean? So I made that choice, and by doing just that, no exercise. I mean, I did some exercise, but I dropped all that weight.
Right.
And all that pain, all that inflammation,
it
all
makes
that
a difference.
And everyone's like, what'd you do? What'd you do? I'm like, soda and fast food.
Got rid of it.
And then now we met Theo, who you know Theo.
Right, of course.
He's got us time. We go probably two times a week. We go meatless.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not vegan, but we go meatless.
And it's our choice.
Plant-based.
Because we enjoy it.
Right.
And that's the difference.
We feel good. And a lot of times we go out to eat, and I find myself ordering a quinoa bowl, and you know.
Yeah.
On the cruise.
And it's delicious.
On
my
the
goodness.
On the cruise.
Most of the, I think, Royal Caribbean, they have an Indian food section.
Okay.
Which is vegan.
Right. Okay.
By their religion.
Right.
That's where we
right.
were.
Okay. All right.
I'm still raving about it. I had write this down for your rib, a quinoa pilaf. Like rice
quinoa pilaf. I like that.
Quinoa pilaf.
Yeah, it was the quinoa pilaf. It
Well,
was
everyone
interesting.
put a scoop of it on their plate, right?
Right.
I went over there, I had a plate of it. I had a plate of it. I was like, this is, I don't care if you call it a starch, if you call it a main, this is something I could live on.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and it was a quinoa
Oh, you
pilaf.
have to see him. He almost stuck his face in it. He was so happy, and it was so
here I had,
delicious.
a buffet. I could pick anything I wanted.
Right.
And I'm over there just piling that on.
Piling it on.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you, I
good
enjoy
food.
it.
Good food doesn't have to be labeled.
Not at all.
That's the misconception.
I will go into my walk-in the back, and I'll go into my bar here, and I just grab things, and I put them in containers, and I take them home. They said, "Boss, what are you fixing?" I said, "I don't know." But when I get home, I always take my brown rice. I always take my quinoa with me. I take my peppers, my onions. I saute peppers and onions. I take my fresh garlic. I take thyme and different spices home with me. And when I'm sitting there watching television or whatever, I say, okay, let me get up and do a stir fry.
Yeah, there's like 10
Let me get up and
things
stir
I'm
fry.
thinking
Right.
about
Let me get up and do a
yeah.
stir fry. I take some of because we make our meats, our sandwiches here.
Right.
So we have different burgers that we make that are made here. And I take them home, I crumble them up, put them inside of it with my seasoning. Of course, I live by the barbecue jerk sauce. I put a pinch of my barbecue jerk sauce in there and everything. They tease me about it. I jerk everything. I put barbecue jerk sauce in everything that I make, and it gives you the flavor. I use coconut aminos. It gives you the flavor in my vegan. And I make mine. I take my grilled chicken at times, and I put my grilled chicken in there, and I put it together, and I've had it for 2 days back to back because it's really good.
Now you make a veggie burger here too, right?
Oh yeah.
See, that's what I was saying. Is she'll tell you, when we go out sometimes, I'll get a veggie burger.
Right.
And I always ask the first thing, do you make them here?
Yeah.
Because I will try anybody's.
Yeah.
But if it's those pre-made ones, I don't.
There you go. That's my veggie burger.
Wow. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
because a lot of people don't understand. They buy the processed stuff and they think it's
No,
good.
that's my veggie burger.
Uh-huh.
Wow. You gotta
Yeah.
come here. You gotta come here and have this.
Come on down here.
This
Come
is-
in and see us. Again,
yeah.
made from scratch.
And that's what I'm saying is.
And amazing how all those things
I'm not
taste
knocking.
exactly the way you
No, but I'm not going to knock brands. But
Right.
there was a brand that used to make a veggie burger, and one of the fast food chains used to carry it.
Right.
And I was in
Oh,
the
yeah.
I was in the airport. Had to eat, so I went up to the fast food place,
Right.
and I'm looking, and the lady, couldn't help me. I said, and I had just had the stroke. So I'm like, yeah, I want something other than the salad. She said, well, we have a veggie burger, and it's by this brand.
Right.
And I said, all right, let me try it. It was a black bean veggie burger. Okay, I had it. It was delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
It was delicious. It was thick. It was delicious. About a year later, I saw it on the shelves. So I bought it because I had it. It was delicious. Well, got it home. It was about that thick.
Right.
And it tasted nothing.
I know that burger well, and
like
I won't
what
name it, but I know that burger well.
I'm like, what happened? And then I realized mass production.
Right. Of course.
So they make it look healthy. Then I read the label. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing healthy in
There's nothing in there
Nothing
healthy.
healthy.
There's nothing in there healthy. When I
So-
first started out, I went through that. I was trying to figure out the taste.
Yeah.
Because I have the ability to taste something and then tell you all the ingredients in it.
That's a gift.
I can taste
That's
it
the
and
chef.
tell
You know
you
you don't wanna be a chef. That's the
99%
chef.
of what's in it. And I never even knew I was a chef. I had a guy came in, he said, so Chef Mike. I said, okay. He says, you're a professional. He says, you're a baker and a chef. I said, okay. And he said, why are you looking at me like that? I never saw myself as a professional baker. I never saw myself as a chef. I was just a person who loved to cook. And then they said, Michael, you are a chef. You have traveled around the world chefing.
I'll give
And
you a
you're
big, I'll give you,
creating.
I'll
Right.
give you a big
Yes.
secret. Okay, most chefs can't bake because chef and baking are two separate
Two
things.
opposite ends of
Yeah.
the spectrum.
Yeah.
The baker, we always look at them, and it's a big secret. I'm going to get some blowback here.
Right?
Baking is chemistry.
Yes.
Most definitely a
because
chemistry.
if you mess up one way or another, it doesn't rise, it doesn't set. Where chefing is flavor.
Right.
It's
It's all about
creating
flavor.
flavor. So most of us chefs, we sit there like, oh, I gotta bake something. It's like, she'll tell you. I'm always like,
No, he'll tell me, why don't you bake this?
yeah, because it's because to me, I could always add in a little more cumin.
Right.
I could always add in a little more beans, a little more corn. But you can't add in some baking flour.
No.
Or we call baking.
No, you can't.
Baking soda. But
Baking soda.
Well, once you understand the chemistry, because I explain it the same way. Once you understand the chemistry and what each, whether it's baking soda, baking powder, what it does, how it affects the rise.
Yes.
Once, right, the yeast, the same thing, the temperature, 110 to 115 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeast, you have to understand what you're trying to do. You have to look at baking breads and understand the amount of yeast, the temperature, to get the rise
And
out
the
of it,
timing
and the
and
timing.
everything, yeah.
You know, you can't shake it if it's yeasted bread because it'll collapse down the center.
Exactly.
People don't understand that.
Nope.
But to me, I guess it's a gift.
It is.
It's a gift that I was given after a tough time in my life. And I just consider myself a really, 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 really good baker and a really, really, really good chef, cook. But everyone put the label on it, so I go along with it.
And it always irks me when people that go to the schools and they read a book for 6 months and they're a chef, and I laugh. I'm like, I've been doing this since I was a little kid. My grandmother used to let me grab leaves off the plants in the house,
Right,
and boil them and put salt and pepper in there, and she would try it.
right.
I don't know if they were
I
toxic,
didn't know, right.
but she would do that, and that, I used to sit there and watch her cook. You know, and when I got older, I used to make, she's Cuban, and I used to make black beans. And
His black beans are amazing.
Cuban black
I gotta
beans are
say.
absolutely amazing.
So
They are.
what happened is my
They are.
father one time, he got mad because everyone was saying that mine were better than hers.
Right.
And he said, no, hers were better. And finally she turned around and said, his are better.
Is it better?
Yeah,
And my
he's got the
father was
gift.
like, what? And he was like, and he's like, well, where did you learn to do that? And I said, I just watched her.
And that's
You
where it
know,
started. That's
I
how it
watched
started.
her and saw what she did.
Uh-huh.
Then through my, like you go around the world.
Right.
So for me, going around kitchens, I learned things, and I said, wait up. This ratio of this with garlic goes better with a little more cumin.
Right.
Let me put a little more cumin.
And that's the combination that a lot of people don't understand.
They don't get that.
And coming through the Caribbean, you know, when you go into the Caribbean, they don't have recipes written down. They throw a pinch of this,
No,
2 sprigs of that, a pinch
dab
of
of that.
this. They throw that, a dab of that.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're trying to figure out, hold up, was that a teaspoon or a tablespoon? They're like, Mike, a pinch of this, a pinch of that, a dab of this, a dab of that.
And then I taste it.
Right, then you
and
taste it,
then
and okay, so then I want to
yeah.
add this and this into it.
I can smell stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
and know
it.
if it's right.
And you know if it's right.
Yes.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like, you know, that, and the thing too, like some of it is just not ingredients. It's
Right.
how you do it. Like
Right.
cumin sofrito.
Uh-huh.
Take your peppers in the oil.
Uh-huh.
You sweat them. Once they start to turn dark, then you throw your onions in. And when the
Yeah.
onions are translucent,
Uh-huh.
then you throw that garlic in.
On top of it. Yep.
A lot of people
Not
just
before.
throw
Put it all in it together.
The garlic
No.
burns.
Nope.
The peppers aren't done.
Right.
And the onions are mush.
Right.
So it's not just the ingredients; it's knowing. the
Knowing
timing.
how to do it, the timing, when to do it, and what works together and what
That's
doesn't.
a gift.
And what doesn't.
yeah.
But you know, I take it for granted because I didn't go to culinary school. And during COVID, I trained culinary people who had gone to school in gluten-free baking and cooking. So I would start off 45 people, and it was a 3-month class that I did that was paid to do. And out of that 45, I might have gotten 3 or 4 that would pass because people would always tell me, well, I went to NYU School of Culinary, I went here, and what have you done? I said, I've been in the kitchen for 14 years.
Right, you read
I've
a
been in the
book.
kitchen for 15
You read a
years.
book.
Yeah.
You went in there and someone taught you how to do this, this, and that. The difference is, and when I hired them and brought them on, I'd get them in the kitchen. There's a difference between 2-timing a recipe. When you get in here, you 15 times that recipe when you're baking. So I use 45 cups of flour. I use 10 tablespoons of baking soda, 5 tablespoons of baking powder. You know, xanthan gum. They don't understand the concept of xanthan gum.
Yeah.
So you make a mistake, you cost me a ton of money because those containers that I use, each of those gets me at least $4,500 worth of product out of each container that I have.
Right.
So they would get frustrated with me. How can you tell me what to do because you didn't go to NYU or you didn't go to this culinary school?
Not about
You know what
that.
they're taught? I mean, same thing. I've been doing this when I was a child. I went to college for the paper.
Right.
Okay, I mean, I sat there and I was like sitting there listening to what they were telling us, and half the time I was like, Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Right,
You know?
right.
And like they teach you to take the recipe and to times it. It's not just times. You know, you got to know that that might need a tablespoon of black pepper.
Right.
But if you times it times 6, you ain't putting 6 tablespoons
In there, right. Right.
No.
You have to know what the ingredients are and the reaction that they have in the food.
That's
Exactly.
And people don't know it. They say, okay,
What about
they go
balance?
by the reading. They say, okay, this says 10 times it, so I put 10 of that, 10 of this, 5 of that, 2 of these. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to understand
how they react.
food and how they react to each other. What works out there.
Yeah, because every ingredient brings something different to the party.
And it does.
And you have to know how to make sure that everybody is partying nicely
Right.
together.
The big one is saffron.
Yes.
Oh my
The big
goodness,
one.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Saffron's a big one.
And it's so
because-
expensive.
Because you could put 3 little pieces of saffron in this pot, and you could put 3 in this pot, and it's pretty much going to taste the same.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
The mistake is putting 6 into here because you're doubling it.
Right.
Then you're going to be over saffron.
Right.
You're like, ooh. So, it's not just times.
It's trial and error, but it's chemistry in the baking, and I 100% agree with that because that's the way I explain it.
Yeah.
It's chemistry. And I failed chemistry. I failed chemistry, but you know what? Through trial and error, it came easy for me. It came easy for me because I went in and saying, okay, I'm going to try this, I'm going to add that. So if you tell me what you want me to bake, I can bake it. If you tell me what you want to eat, I can cook it. I mean, I'm a seafood fanatic. I grew up around the water. So shrimp stuffed with crab meat, lobster stuffed with crab meat. I make the best crab cakes this side of from DC, Maryland. You know, I grew up, I make jumbo lump crab cakes. I make all types of seafood. And I enjoy it. I do those in my catering. I don't do them here. So I do a lot of catering events. A lot of catering.
A lot of people have shellfish.
Right, have shellfish. So I don't do any of the seafood, none of the shellfish allergies here. But when it's time to cater,
You got it.
I cater.
Yeah.
Like this holiday, last year we did 209 pies, 198 meals. So we have full Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the holiday meals, and we make them from scratch.
You have holiday special stuff then.
Yes, we do.
And you said now you have catering too.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to mention that.
Okay.
How to get in contact.
Oh, most definitely. I will post starting October the 1st, I will post my Thanksgiving menu on there. And this will be the 14th year of having a Thanksgiving menu. And you can call and place an order.
Okay.
Call and place an order. And we have it ready for you Thanksgiving Eve.
Okay.
So same thing with Christmas. Same thing with our breakfast, our take and bakes.
So we're going to take that. We'll put that on our Facebook, all over social media. We'll
Right.
put it out all over this
It's
way.
there.
You
It's
guys
all
can
over.
Find it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You'll definitely see us. Follow Big Mike's gluten-free on social media, on my Facebook, my Instagram page, and even on TikTok. I just got into TikTok. That's this new generation.
We're on 13 different platforms with social media.
Are you?
We're
Yeah.
on stuff
Oh,
that
yeah.
people never heard of.
I didn't hear TikTok to customers. I asked every customer, so how did you hear about us? He said TikTok. I said, who?
Yeah.
What is TikTok? He said, let me
TikTok,
show
don't
you.
stop.
Let me show you. So
you
now
don't stop.
I'm TikToked out. I think it had to have been 11:30 last night. I'm on there TikToking.
Yeah.
I'm posting my
can't
cinnamon
stop one
rolls.
after another. You
I'm
can't
toasting
stop.
my cinnamon rolls. People are like, oh Mike, you got cinnamon rolls. When are you gonna do the danger bar? So I have the danger bar.
Wait, cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. We heard about that today.
We heard about cinnamon rolls. That's
Yes.
what Theo's talking about.
Yeah.
You tell me about these cinnamon
So
rolls.
I have cinnamon rolls that are made from scratch,
Right.
made here. So I make a gluten-free organic cinnamon roll, and then I make a vegan gluten-free organic cinnamon roll, made from scratch. So I think I made close to 80 of them over the next 4 days. So once I advertise them, I'll go through 20 a day, 25 a day. I sell them individually. I sell them in 4 and 6 packs. I sell them baked and I sell them unbaked, where you can take them home for the holidays, take them out of the freezer, put them in the oven,
Nice.
cook them, and the aroma from them fills up the house. So,
I like that.
oh yeah,
You see the confidence. He knows it's good.
Oh, yeah.
He knows
it's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. People come in and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, are they the $3 cinnamon roll? Not at all. Not at all. We're gluten-free, vegan, and organic. So we're going to make sure you get your money's worth.
Yeah.
And I have them in a medium size, and I have them in a large size. And people love them. People love them. So that's coming.
Yeah.
Follow me. You'll see everything that we do. Follow me on Instagram. You'll see what we do.
Yeah. I do. I do follow you
I
on
like
Instagram. I do watch what you do.
Alrighty.
That's why you had to mention those cinnamon.
Those cinnamon rolls. Oh yeah, I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm always coming up with something new. So I'm sure by the start of the month, there'll be something else out there. I'll probably carry 4 different types of cookies, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, just different cookies that we have there. Of course, I create a cowboy cookie. I'm always creating something. The Big Mike cookie, just like I have the Big Mike burger. You know, I Big Mike everything because it's my specialty. Right. And people say, hey, can I get the Big Mike?
And it's not just the proudness, it's people know
Right.
it's a healthy choice of the Big Mike.
Right. And when they say the Big Mike,
right.
right. When they see that
Got the
Big
seal
Mike,
of approval.
that is
That's
right
because
there.
We got our seal. We got our seal.
Right there. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
I love
There it
that. Are we missing anything? Did we forget anything? I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything at all, but you guys need to sit down and have a meal with me.
Oh yeah.
Let's sit down and dine here with you. I'm going to warm up one of the cinnamon rolls, but I'm going to make sure you all have eaten first because I don't want you to eat the cinnamon roll, not eat your meal, and I have to put you in timeout.
Oh no, we don't want to do that.
I don't want you to go into timeout.
We have to eat.
Alrighty, so
Yes. Yes.
let's do that.
Yes. I just want to say thank you again for
No,
everything.
no,
You know I
thank you
love
so
you.
much.
You're
Thank you
amazing.
so much. Oh my gracious, I
God
love it.
bless
Thank
you.
you. He blesses us every day.
Yes, he,
He
does.
really does.
Yes, he
Every
does.
day.
You're a blessing not
This-
only to me but to everybody.
This is my blessing.
We have to thank Vegan Homeboy.
Oh,
yeah.
Vegan Homeboy.
For
That's
putting us on.
that's my partner.
That's
He's like my little brother.
Yes.
He does such. I call him. He's family to me.
Yeah.
He comes in.
And
He's
he's our
always on
family,
point.
so you're
He's
family to
always
us.
on point. There we go. He's always
Just
on
want you to
point.
know.
He's like my little brother. He comes in. He has a meal. He advertises. He markets. He's a pleasure to be around.
We're on a nightly check-in now. He always
Oh,
checks
yeah.
in how I'm doing.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll text me at night when I posted and I said, hey, and my last post was, I'm making the vegan ones next week. He said, I can't wait to see you, my brother. We'll definitely come in and take videos of him. Great guy. I'm excited, but again,
Again.
As always, enjoy, and we'll see you here.
looking forward to seeing you guys stop by in here and see Big Mike's in our South Florida, Fort Lauderdale location. You're going to love everything. You'll love the taste, and you'll taste everything that we have and love it. Come by and see us soon.
Come home.
All righty, come on home. Uncle Big Mike or Cousin Big Mike. Come on down here with us.
Heaven above, send me an